So we're here with Antoine Gaber, and Antoine, tell us a little bit about why you chose to make this particular film. How is it that you came up with the topic specifically?
Well, I decided to do the film It's All About Me because I had a teenage relative that stayed at my place, and I realized he had such an amazing sense of entitlement, and I was wondering, like, what's that all about?
Right.
So I start investigating also from other members of the family, and I saw that they had one, maybe not as acute as this one. But then I realized, my God, like, why are the kids like this? So I started asking some of my friends around that have, 20 years old kind of kids, and then they say, oh, sense of entitlement, let me tell you about this. They were all kind of excited. And I said, oh my God, what's this all about? So I have a researcher kind of background, and I decided to basically investigate and do this documentary of 99 minutes, looking at how we arrive at this sense of entitlement in the younger generation.
Got it.
So we look at a bit of the history in the film. And I think it's important because I think it's important to understand what happened historically for the different generation and why, and how this had an impact on people. Then we look at 4 key segments: the family, how people grew up within their family, the education system, and we look at stepping away from religion, how this has an impact on values, and the 4th segment is about the environment. And when we look at the environment, we look at a few things. One is the economy, 2, the technology, all the social media and all that. We also look at the influence of Hollywood, and also where all this tattooing and piercing comes from, and all that. So this film is very controversial, I may say that.
So how's it been received by audiences?
Well, it was premiered already in Toronto, and I think it was well received because obviously we did win an award for this film.
Excellent.
It's called the Make a Difference Awards, and it was very interesting because a lot of people who saw the film, it had an impact on them in the sense that afterwards they were able to understand how we arrived there, and they went back and made some changes in their behavior on how they're dealing with their kids, or what they're really doing.
So the film's really made a difference in people's lives and what they do. How's it made a difference in what you're able to do and communicate and continue to further make a difference?
Well, the film festival where we won the award actually provided us to do some radio interviews with the same topic. So we've now have 24 radio interviews starting on January 15 for the whole year for 2014, and we will interview some people that are in the film. Like we have some psychologists, some CEOs of companies. So you have really also some representatives of the different generation: baby boomers, Generation X, Y, Z.
And if there's a message that you wanted to actually communicate to the next generation based on what you created in the film you created, what would that be?
There's lots to talk about.
So let's choose like the main one, the one that really sticks out for you.
Well, I think what is very important is you need to work hard. And young people today, most of them...
Wait a minute, are you trying to say young people are lazy? Is that what you're...
I don't say they're lazy. I think they need to work a bit harder, which is different. Because today you have more competition. It's a global... it's a global world now. Everything is out there, and to be seen, to be recognized, you'll have to work harder. Therefore, you'll have to work harder, and you need to also kind of think about, don't feel entitled. Try to learn. But there's many more messages in the film. I mean, I don't want to give it all up here.
Of course not.
There's a lot. The film is 99 minutes, but I think it's worth seeing for all kind of generation, from the baby boomers, Generation X, Y, and Z as well. There's lots in there.
So overall, it's been well received, but has there been any kind of obstacles in the way in terms of when you were making it?
Well, making it, there wasn't any issue of the obstacle, because we actually, from the time we started to finish, everything was completed in 1 year for this feature film. I think the people who are kind of the one who are blocking actually are the broadcasters, surprisingly.
And why do you think that is?
Well, because it is very controversial, and you know, in a certain way, you're kind of putting things into perspective with the baby boomers. Maybe they didn't do an as good job with their kids as we think they did, and of course, so it's kind of controversial, and therefore, you know, broadcasters are more kind of sensitive, and so we're trying, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, thank you for making a film that makes us look at ourselves in a deeper context.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, but I think it's an important one because if we don't do something about it, unfortunately, our society is going down a spiral, and if we don't really do something, it's going to be an issue. And but there are lots of solutions in the film.
Which is what I was going to get to. I'm glad that you actually offer solutions as well, not just the complaining about it.
Correct. Absolutely. No, it's not a complaining film. It's about understanding and also opening communication between the different generations, which we don't have now at this point.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you. Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure.
All right. We'll be in touch.